Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. I've made several videos on making a sprocket or a gear, and somebody asked a pretty good question, and I'm going to hit P to put that in the center of the page. There's several ways to make this sprocket, but if we take another ellipse, and this is where his problem is, and then we're going to move that right to the quadrant, and then we control D and alternate C to make it rotate from the center. And we're just going to see how far we can go. And I mean, at this one, we could actually go, you got to be divisible. So we'll go 36. And then we go and do that. Well, and that's one reason I've kind of quit using Control D, because if one of them gets off just a little bit, it's better to just start over and then Control D and go 72. And also you could use the transformation knocker. So they're all perfect. Now, to make what he's trying to do work, you have to take these out, Control G to group that. I'm going to hit P to put it back. And he's trying to weld it. And every weld tool you use doesn't always work like that. So there's what you need to do is front minus back. Now, the downside in that is if we put another part of the sprocket and hold shift and grab the outer one, and we're going to go Control G, and then we're going to try to go back minus front. See, it does completely opposite what you want to do. So it doesn't work at all. So the best way to do it, let me back up and make that hole bigger. Let's make it quite a bit bigger, holding down the shift key. The best way to do this, and it's my favorite tool, is the Smart Fill tool. Go right here to your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. The Smart Fill creates a new object. And then to make it something to look like that, get your extrude tool and go either direction. I always like to go here and make them even, and that stretches it out a little bit further. Then you could do that. But your rotation's gone, so you've got to back up, and there's your rotation. So now you can rotate it first, and then bring in your arrow so it's not quite so thick. This one's, I've got really almost too much. I don't know that it's going to look good at all. It looks pretty good. But if we take it and do it while it's colored in and go up to Object and break the extrude group apart, this part will be on top, and there's all your other. So you could make this like a darker color. Let's make it a little bit darker. And then you could go right like there, and there's your gear laying down. Now, if you wanted to make some shadowing, you've got to go to Object, break the curve apart. Whoop, I had that selected. I don't want to select that. Go up to Object, ungroup, and see now you've just got that little part. We can grab the interactive fill tool, and we could go up and put a little lightness so it looks like it's darker. And you could do that on every one of them. And then you could put that back. And what this does, it covers up all the parts you can't see or shouldn't be able to see. So think more about using the Smart Fill tool. It's fantastic. Anyway, hope that answered his question, and thank you for watching.